Awesome. Great. I'm so happy and honored to be here today. And it's something I actually look forward to all the time. Men in the house, just give us a wave. Just give us a wave. If you're a man in the house, a boy, young man, just wave your hands in the air, right? If you know that you're a man, just raise your hand. Just wave to me. Wave to me so I can see you. Okay? Awesome. I'll need responses, so I don't want us to just turn off the whole lights all the time. I wish I was standing there with you. That's what I don't have, but I'll do the best that I can. Yeah, so you can just call me Uncle Chima, like I said. We are on Twitter Spaces, we've been on radio, but my passion and my mission in life is to raise men to create the kind of world that God designed from the beginning. Because you understand that as a people, as men, we have a responsibility. And I have some slides to just share with us. So if you give me the opportunity, I can just share my screen so I don't waste time, because I don't have plenty of it right now from what I understand. Do you mind? Awesome. Right. Okay, you can still hear me, right? Okay. From boys to role models. I'll just begin a little bit of introduction. I've had opportunity to raise men who are, boys who are now men, and they're also role models in their different areas of life. But my kind of assignment is a little bit not open. We are the clandestine, we are under the underground, we are inside of the trenches that people don't see. So we work in organizations, we work in churches, we where people work, and we just influence men to be men. Not just men, but to be role models. You will agree with me that our country today needs real men so that there can be a change. And I want you to change that narrative, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, okay? Good. So what are the outcomes of this session? Quickly. First, you need to know who you are. You need to understand your assignment and know how to prepare. The next, you need to embrace your position. These are the outcomes. Changing the narrative is what it's all about. So it's not just about being what everybody is. It's about being who you have been called to be. You can never be me, no matter how hard you try. You can't have my fine face. You can't have this, my beards. And so some people like it, right? You can't just be me. Everybody's fingerprint is different. And if you understand that, you will not be trying to live up to the next person. It's important for you to understand this. So these are the things I hope to achieve as we progress. Let's establish ground rules. First of all mics are off. Raise your hand if you want to talk. Please feel free to break and stop while I'm talking. And you can also send chats to the organizers, and then they can, during the question and answer period. Now, look, what do you see? What can you see? I need some people to talk now. What can you see? Please, can you just give them the mic? I need 2 young men to tell me what they can see in this photograph. Hello?
All right, sir. Can you hear us, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. I want somebody to respond to me. I don't want to be talking to myself. Yeah.
Mike.
Father and son.
Father and son, yes. Another person?
Mike, now give them.
Let's make it quick. A leader and what? A leader and his son. Okay, good. Okay, before we leave this slide, how many of us have fathers right now? If you have a father, raise your hand up. Or if you have a father, a role father, even if it's not your biological father. Yeah, somebody's raising his hand on the online. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, thank you for those that are raising their hands. Yes. Can you describe the feeling when you're around a father? Is it possible to describe it in words? I don't think it is. But many people have been deprived of this. So when you get back home today, tell your father, I want you around me, okay? Let's move on to the next one. I just thought to make that point. Tell daddy, I want you around more often. I need you around me, okay? Because the things that your father can teach you, your mom probably will not be able to because he's not a man. All right, quick facts. Know who you are, right? Know who you are. Sorry. Next slide. Oh dear. Yes. A boy is a male child, isn't it? That's what it is. That's what they tell us. Next, a boy is an immature man. So you need something to add to that boy to make him a man, and that's maturity. And this is the most important. As a man, you are born a boy, the day you wake up and you cry, it's a boy, a responsibility is placed upon you. You carry the seed of the next generation within you, right? And immediately you're on assignment. Whether you accept it, whether you want it or not, it's foisted on you. Once you stand up and there's something in between your legs, right? You are on assignment. Why? The next generation and the future generations. One of the speakers talked about the number of sperms that we're able to produce. That's why it's important for us to understand the gravity of the assignment that you are in. You're on assignment. Tell your neighbor you're on assignment. Are they here?
Speaker, sorry, there's a participator, maybe ask for.
Yeah, one of the speakers needs to be on. I want to hear a response. Tell your neighbor who's sitting by your side, young man, you're on assignment. My friend, you're on assignment. I still can't hear you. Well, whether you agree or not, you're on assignment. Okay?
Sound good.
Yes, you're all on assignment. Every man here is on assignment. Why? Because God has entrusted you with those millions and billions of sperm to come and reproduce upon this earth, not only just to produce them, but to look after them. What's your assignment? Your assignment here is to lead. Now, to lead means you know you are going somewhere. So if you don't know where you're going, how do you lead? That's why a lot of men get frustrated when they get into positions because they don't know what it is to lead. They don't have a direction. As a man, and once you come and that responsibility is given to you, you must know how to do it. The assignment is to lead, to protect. That's why you have muscles. As you grow up, your strength, your muscles begin to change. Your voice, I'll continue. So you're supposed to protect. You're supposed to teach. If you don't know something, how do you teach it? So many men in their families, in their homes, in their lives, don't know how to teach. So they're confused and they get upset. They get angry when you ask them questions, but because they're not even prepared yet. You're supposed to build. The template that God gave to man was given to man, not man generally, was given to Adam. There's no, he didn't ask Eve what happened at the garden. He said, Adam, where art thou? So it's not about you. It's about the responsibility you owe the person that created you to deliver on what he says he wants you to do. If you don't know the reason for something, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse is inevitable. So many young people are abusing their lives because they don't know what they have been sent to do. So this is just, I wish you will have the opportunity to have a longer session with me. I will open up this to you, but just in a nutshell, I'll just put it together because I have a short time. Your job is to nurture, to put things together, to manage things, to grow things. That's what your job is. He said, Adam, tend the garden. Tend means to protect, to look after. That's the job. But a lot of times, the excitement of being a boy, that our mothers hover around us and you are the best thing that happened since sliced bread, it confuses us. And so we miss the point completely about what the assignment is and the seriousness that we should attach to it. I had somebody who taught me about fatherhood. I learned it firsthand. I grew up on the campus of the University of Ife, and my father was a lecturer there. And every night, as the first son, I will lock the door when the visitors go. And they kept on coming in the night. My father would counsel and talk to them. And I used to wonder what it was still about. And he would tell them the man was not being the man. No matter what the issue was, he said the man was not being the man. So what is the assignment then? God begins to prepare you for the assignment, and changes begin to happen to you in your body. I'm sure some of us, depending on what your age is, you must have seen some certain changes happen in your body, right? There are changes in your physical appearance. I talked about your muscles. Some of us have grown beards now. I remember then when we were growing up, when about 12, 13, you want your beards to grow, so you put on methylated spirit. They say it makes it grow. I don't know whether it's true or not, but the truth of the matter is that every boy wants to become a man. That's why a small 4-year-old boy will look at his father's shoes and put his leg inside. Why? He aspires to be that. He doesn't even know why he does it. But that is what he was designed to do. So if we know what we are designed to do and we prepare for it, then we're able to do it well. And what you are doing today is just preparing for that thing that you're supposed to do, to grow into. Because no matter how much of a boy you are, we're expecting you to be a man soon. And the world doesn't wait for you. Things happen to you, like I said, are preparing you. Attraction to girls. There's a time when you used to play in primary school, the girl's physique or how she looked didn't matter. But as you begin to grow up, she begins to develop, and you look at what you see, and you begin to like it. It's all part of the design. Then they used to make us feel guilty that if you look at a girl, that something is wrong. But I read that no, that is normal. There's nothing wrong with it, but you just need to manage it. Fear and anxiety comes in. At the ages of 14, 15, 16, you're afraid of what's going on. Your clothes are looking too small. Nobody explains this thing to you. So it's confusing. So you're anxious. Sometimes you even become, you're angry. There are psychological things also that happen to you. There's confusion at this age. So at this point in time is where you need daddy. When he comes in, he explains this thing to you because he's gone through it. He explains what wet dreams are to you. You sleep and you wake up in the morning and then the bed is soiled. Why? You have ejaculated some spermatozoa, right? Semen comes. It doesn't happen to everybody, but for some people that happens to, they get angry. They don't know what's going on with them. And when people don't explain it to them, there's a problem and there's confusion. It brings rebellion sometimes. You see some young people, they are rebellious because they don't have answers. So please, as you grow, make sure that you stay close to your sons to explain these things to them. You have a deep desire to understand. These are some of the things that happen to your body that prepare you for the assignment that is in front. So as you grow, begin to look out for these things and find out how to deal with them. You have curiosity. That's why we begin to try out things. When we were in secondary school, there's nothing I didn't smoke. Why? I was just trying out things. I just wanted to know what it was all about. That's curiosity, because nobody explained to me. I drank plenty of alcohol for many years. We are the ones in the university that you lock up the woman, they close the shop and leave the keys for us. When she comes in the morning, we give account of what we have drunk. But God helps me, and he will help you in Jesus' name. Self-esteem issues. We have a low self-esteem. Many times we mask it with masculinity, and everybody is carrying our shoulders high. But inside of that facade, there's a deficiency. That deficiency is because you are confused, you are afraid. But as you begin to know and find out what it is, you will now begin to be more confident. Knowledge pops up. When you have knowledge, you are confident, right? If I know what I know now, I wouldn't have grown up the way I grew up because nobody taught me. They tried to teach me, but they didn't teach me at the depth at which I like to go. So to prepare, you must start with your personal values. And these are the values that are going to guide you, whether somebody is there or not. I've had opportunity to do plenty of evil. I did plenty of evil, but as I grew up, I could continue in that line. But because of the values that I was taught, I knew I was a son. And sons of kings don't behave anyhow. And that's why I didn't get into the things that other people got into. I got into trouble. I had to drop those things because I knew I was a son. Sonship confers unto you responsibility. Responsibility means the ability to respond. So if you don't have ability, you cannot respond. I'll take it again. It's important that you just take this home. Sonship is responsibility. If you don't have ability, you don't know how to respond, because the environment will be creating things for you. They will be creating challenges for you. But to be able to respond as you should respond is dependent on your ability. And that is why this preparation you are doing is important. You are the provider of the house. Whatever the person who is you are married to is bringing is extra. The responsibility is yours, right? So these are some of the things that you need to have ability to do. If you don't have the ability to produce, how can you respond? That's why there's a lot of work. A lot of men commit suicide today because they don't understand this. Purpose, integrity, and truth. I'll just start with purpose. I said it before that if you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse is inevitable. Some men today think that their purpose is to lord it over their wives. So as you see that, somebody talked about the environment. As a young boy, if you see that in your family, there's a tendency for you to begin to do that when you do get married. So it's important. This life is not about you. It's about generations, right? And until you understand it in that manner, you will not be able to respond appropriately. So whatever you are doing now, think about the next generation. Integrity is something that you are when nobody is watching. It doesn't matter what people are saying. People can know you for something, but integrity is who you are when nobody's looking at you. Integrity is being able to say something and stick to it. Integrity is being able to be true to your word. Then the truth, we know what truth is. Truth now doesn't seem to matter anymore. But let me tell you, to be a man, it matters. And I think that the more men there are that are real men, will be able to straighten our country. Somebody was asking about the question, what do you do when the country? No, we are the country. So as men take charge and are men in the society, the country will straighten out. And I'm happy what I'm saying today may not make more sense, but 50 years down the line, you will know that what I'm saying to you is something that you should have taken care of, but you will not have a regret. You will do it because you're going to give me your word that you're going to do it. Okay? Courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting in, even though the fear is there. Courage is acting despite the fear. Boys need to grow up to know that it's not wrong to be afraid, but it's wrong not to act. Men act. It's better for you to act and have the consequence than not to act at all. I run projects, and what I've discovered that most of the time, the problem is not doing the work, it's decision-making that wastes time. Identity, knowing who you are. Many times, they wanted me, my family, my father wanted me to be a medical doctor, but I hated blood. And I passed all the sciences, but the truth of the matter was that I was not interested in being that. So I knew who I was. And I said, sorry, I'm not going to be a medical doctor. They didn't like it, but I am today what I am. I trained as an architect, and I went into managing projects because, again, that's where I would meet people. You need to learn new skills. You must learn new skills. Everybody is learning the same thing. What are you suited to learn? Some people cannot play music, cannot play guitar to save their life. But because everybody is doing it, everybody jumps into music school. No, there's something that you are designed to do. I'm doing what I'm designed to do. And the successes that happen with it are what gives me joy. It's not the number of crowd that is following me, no. It's the number of lives that are affected positively. And I believe that after hearing what you're hearing and you begin to put these things to practice, we're going to have a better Nigeria, whether the devil likes it or not. We need to begin to hold ourselves accountable for these things. If somebody tells you something that is not true, you discover it's not true, you must be man enough to ask him why. You said you're going to do this and you don't do it. I remember there was a case of a little boy who they have an auntie that they meet in church. And on Sunday, the auntie will say, I'll come to the house and I'll buy you ice cream. Now, every Sunday, nothing happens. She comes to the house and nothing happens. One day the boy said, Auntie, don't tell us again because 2 weeks ago you didn't do it. Last week you didn't do it. That's a boy growing into a man. We need to begin to confront the things that are around us. That is how men behave. So grow up to be that person that will confront things when they are not correct. That way our society will become better. Sorry, I don't have accountability, responsibility, and you need to learn how to communicate. You need to learn how to talk. I hear some of us, especially when they're about 13, 14, we are trying to hold the microphone, we're trying to talk, and we're swallowing our words. No, speak out. You're a man for crying out loud. So you begin to practice these things. You must learn to be responsible. Take care of things that are around you. Take care of the environment in which you are. Let me pause your bubble then. To my next slide. Sorry. Hello? You can never succeed on your own. Teamwork is everything. Now, the man cannot function outside of a team. And the team is the family setup. And that's what you are meant, what you are designed to be able to raise, to nurture, to build. Because the family is the foundation for the society. So if we're looking for a better society, when men take their place, the society succeeds. If we don't take our place as men, the society will not get better because the responsibility is our own. We can't leave it for anybody. It may be sounding on top of your head because maybe you are 15 or 12 or 13. But I'm saying this so that you know it early and begin to fix it before it gets bad. The Nigeria I grew up in was a Nigeria where there was accountability. You pass exams and you see it, you see the results in the newspapers, etc., etc. Now it's different. Now that is not the ideal world. We need a place where we hold ourselves accountable for something, and that's what men do. The wars that we see today, and the evil that we see is caused by a lot of people that don't have that kind of parental, manly guidance. Hitler, go and research his family life. Putin, go and research their family lives. These are the people that are looking for identity because they missed it out. They didn't know who they were, and they were looking for it in the wrong places. So men, it's not about you. It's about the next generation. It's about the people that are going to bring forth. It's about the people that are the generations that are not here. The values you put in place are the values that are going to pass to the next, third, and fourth generation. You walk like your father, not because of your genes, because that's what you see him. That's how you know how to walk. That's what you see walking as. That's the way it is. So you need to be a coach to somebody. I'm also an author. I've written a book called Man, Husband, Father, Coach. A man's manual to fulfilling his roles in life. Nobody told me how it was. If I had this book, I'm sure maybe the struggles that I went through, I would not have gone through this that badly. But I thank God for the opportunity that you are hearing this, and I believe that you be a role model to the next person. Find out the right way and do it, even if everybody is doing it around you wrongly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go with now going around the results. Okay. So I don't know how many questions to the house.
Yeah, questions.
Then for those online, as usual, you can drop your questions. Okay, there's a question online. Is that okay? Nice. Okay, fantastic. So we have questions here for the short hands. And then for those online, you can just drop it in the